Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Sunday night, we got viewer games for Phobies. I'm going to be watching some viewer games. Very short list. We'll see if it's short and sweet. Obviously, I didn't preview the games, so we'll see what everybody submitted. Missed a couple streams because I was prepping for a tournament yesterday. Unfortunately, did not get the win. If you're not first, you're last. Or at least that's the way, or that is the standard I hold myself to. Maybe next time, we'll see. But before we get into the games, I of course have to let everybody know that I am part of the content affiliate program. That means the Phobies team does in fact give me coffee, as you can see from this giant total that we're going to look at momentarily. Why do they give me that coffee? Because I produce Phobies content. So, just throwing that out there at the beginning. Also, it's part of the reason they gave me access to see what some of the changes were, which, by the way, quest changes, apparently, were already added in, allegedly. The quests I have look very normal. We'll re-roll one of them. I want to see, I don't remember exactly how the announcement was worded. There really aren't that many games this week. There it is. We want to thank you guys for being patient waiting for the update. Some of you may notice a part of the update is out already. The quest rewards have doubled. Enjoy your weekend and see everybody on Monday. Well, we're going to re-roll, let's say this one. That was 93 cards. That's still 93 cards. I don't know if this is like it already. I don't remember what it was. It's been a long time since I looked at the quest. But doubling quest rewards is important. The onboarding process and the ongoing process for Phobies, since quite clearly we're never going to get rid of the leveling system, is something that has to get addressed. And they're making strides in doing that. We'll see what the other changes bring once the patch officially goes live. We shall see. All right, chat, let's get into them games, as it were. We got jenhens kicking us off. We do have 4 unique individuals, but only 4 games total, which is fine. But if you're interested in submitting your own games, hit up the Random Thoughts Discord. The link for that is, of course, in the description of this video. So we're jumping in, as mentioned, with jenhens at the start. I was under leveled, but still made it work. Lol. Were you actually lolling? Were you truly lolling? Or was this a lie? And based on this, it looks like the patch may have broken the games. Awkward. Yeah, so we're going to have to go with the slideshow-esque way. Let's see how bad the level differential was here. 17 to 10. Ooh, that's a pretty big level differential. I'm not going to lie. That is notable, one might say. So, I do have a jar of peanuts here, chat. You'll have to forgive my munching. I really do love peanuts. I shouldn't eat them that much because they do... I tend to make myself sick because I'll, like, eat the whole jar in one sitting. I don't think it's the peanuts. I don't have a peanut allergy. As far as I know. Man, I eat a lot of peanut-based things. Or things that include peanuts. I think it's just because they're salted. And it's just like, that's just too much salt. Don't do that. Doesn't help. I'm dehydrated. There's not a lot to comment on this game. A lot of these were from the very end of May. I think we're unfortunately stuck. I'm going to continue to put this video up. Just because people submitted the games. They get watched. At least to whatever degree we can watch them, I guess. These peanuts are good. I know, incredible commentary. I will say, more Phobies-related commentary, that I am very interested to see. GG. Well played, I guess? Question mark? I will say, I'm very much looking forward to when the patch actually goes live, we get all those balance changes, and we get to ultimately see how the community reacts, because everybody can have all their thoughts, and clearly, you know, people love to crap on the team. And this happens in every game. people love to crap on the devs and like, what do they do? Do they even play their own game and blah, blah, blah. Believe me, a lot of devs play their own games. They just usually, generally speaking, this isn't always true. A lot of devs are not good at their own game. They're good at designing games, not necessarily playing games. But the devs in any game are trying to do the best job they can, right? It doesn't mean they get it right all the time. I wonder, like, they're never going to be able to test as much as all the people. So the question becomes, are we going to find stuff that is busted about it? And I did see some early commentary, people not complaining or lamenting, I guess, but pointing out that Phobies like Buffalo Will are going to get kneecapped because of the changes to Phantom and Shove Shark and a number of other things. And Buffalo Will's another phobie that I think is an unhealthy design. There's almost no way that it was ever going to be... Like, when it works, it's crippling for your opponent. Like, it feels miserable. We'll get into the next game. We'll continue. Got dearh here. Massive panic point advantage over the opponent. Let's see if we can actually watch the game. No. All right, we continue. So, what was I saying? I honest to God forgot. I lost track. Because it was about the devs making changes and people adjusting. Oh, with Buffalo Will. There are phobies, I've always said that have... I hate to call it this, but like toxic designs. I hate that phrase. People love calling things toxic, and it's so overused. That is a massive panic point advantage, though. I will say that. If you think about like a recent example, recent being over 10 years ago now, people hated the priest class in Hearthstone early on, and they probably still do. Because one of their core mechanics was mind control. They steal your stuff. And it's a big feels bad moment to lose to your own stuff. And I got to imagine that Buffalo is going to be part of that. And it doesn't matter how many hoops you have to jump through to set it up. People will get tilted by these things, no matter what. So I don't know that we're really going to get away from the problems with stuff like Buffalo. They almost can never be good. Because if they are, people will lose their shit. It's kind of the way it is. GG, dearh, I guess. I knew tonight was going to be quick, but, like, this is a little awkward. This is a little awkward, chat. I'm okay with it. You know, like, I don't think too many people care. What is happening here? Oh. I don't think too many people are, given that the patch is imminent. You'll have to let me know out there in viewer land, if you care. Fortute back once again. Can't have shit around Phantom plus a tractor. I'm not quite sure how to interpret those notes. Because, like, you're not allowed to have things, like they can't be near them, or you're not allowed to have, or are you saying like you can't have fun? Like I'm confused. We'll see. Either way, I will point out this is a big panic point advantage for bad guy early on. And what is Fortute even spending their keys on? The point being is that a lot of the changes were targeted at giving the potential for more aggressive play lines in the face of these powerful phobies. And I think that's good. It is very good on paper. I need to see it work in practice. So I hope that people will submit games and people will identify games and showcase games in these viewer games where, hey, my opponent put Phantom on the board. My opponent put a tractor on the board. My opponent tried to set up a Shove Shark line. They tried to do XYZ. And as a result, they were able to, the hero in this case, is able to push their opponent. And I'd love to see the opposite too, where somebody still was able to set up crazy Phantom plays and really blow their opponent out because they carefully maneuvered their positioning in order to take over the game. I guess for Tute, like, evaporated their board because of the attractor and other stuff, because there's a wiggy. And there's only a wiggy. And then there wasn't a wiggy. No more wiggy. Wiggy gone. GG. Again, I guess. It's a little awkward. It's a little awkward. All right, last one for the evening, chat. We will be back with more viewer games next time. Hopefully post-patch, and they won't be broken. This one you didn't even... How fitting that you didn't even favorite this game. I was able to find it. Thankfully, only required one scroll for mech-ode to find the unfavorited game. We'll use that as the intro because it's funny to me. Well, this one will be kind of a breeze to edit. I'll tell you that much. So, yeah, I do think the future for Phobies is bright. Brighter, at the very least. Certainly, I'm more optimistic. There's word on the street that there's a bunch of hirings going on that may or may not have been completed at this point. Because there were cyber sleuths looking at LinkedIn profiles and things like that. This is not information from the devs. They don't tell us this stuff, but like, because LinkedIn is public information. Because there were job postings, there were no longer job postings. So we'll see. It will, of course, and I think people need to understand this. Assuming that is true. Let's say somebody got hired last week. I don't know when this exactly happened, but like, say they got hired last week. It's probably at least 6 months before they get to, like, they've ramped up to where they truly need to be. By the way, the notes are kaiju versus kaiju. I think we can all understand why, right? All right. Just making sure we're all on the same page. But I think people need to understand that it's going to take time to get everyone ramped up to where they need to be so that they can, you know, properly do their job. It's one of those things that, hey, especially as a programmer, it's like you need to understand why things are set up certain ways. It's been a while since I've done programming, but like, you can understand the language, but not necessarily, and it's like any job. You can know how to do the thing in the abstract, but doing it the way that it's done at a particular organization is a different skill set. You just have to learn. So, GG once again, I guess, mech-ode. That is, in fact, our last game of the evening, believe it or not. Short one, unfortunately, kind of busted one, but we'll be back. Like I said, I'm sure there will be more games. We're going to switch gears momentarily, but if you're interested in submitting your own viewer games, again, hopefully post-patch so we don't end up with what we just saw, you can hit up the Random Thoughts Discord. The link for that, of course, is in the description of this video. And you can find out where the live stream is. That's what we're doing right now. Every Sunday, we do these live, and then they go up on YouTube following Friday. But that's going to do it for this time. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And tune in next time for more Random Thoughts.